This is EliteClockmen, and this looks like Data Bio, so why don't these guys kill TV Woman? Hi guys! Elit Drillwoman here. Today I want to start my first analysis. Give me support with 500 likes to encourage me. Episode 17 of Mutiverse just came out and is quite long at 4 minutes, and I thought it would be released on Sunday, but apparently not. And oh my mother, it looks like Titan Speakerman has been officially upgraded. As you can see on the tablet screen in the episode 15, we see a message that says Titan Speakerman is being upgraded. But we wonder, why doesn't Titan Cameraman appear in this episode? Has he been upgraded? And how is EliteClockmen doing? We hope they are all fine. And this is a battle at Skibidi base, precisely at the ship dock. This episode begins with the words, "Warning, this episode has jump scare," which shows that this is very scary. And the cameraman videos this episode is Camera Woman, seen from the reflection of the glass in the elevator. When the elevator door opened, we saw the Skibidians attacking the cameramen. Immediately, Camera Woman immediately took a knife and threw it. And she was very good at fighting. She killed one by one the Skibidi who were in the room, and she looked back and she saw there was a Skibidi who was still attacking. Then he saw the cameraman fall down, and he jumped in using a jetpack and saved the cameraman. We just witnessed the greatness of Camera Woman. She acted like Spider-Man, and finally she landed safely. We see them at the biggest Skibidi defense place, and that is located at the ship dock, and this is what you got in yesterday's leak. Camera Woman looked back and she saw a Skibidi flying, and oh my mother, he's so great! He jumped and he flew using a jetpack and cut off the Skibidi's head with a helicopter propeller. When he came down, we saw that one cameraman died, and it seemed that there had been a war before. And when Camera Woman looks to the left, we see in the frame there is an EliteClockman watching. For some reason, he is not taking part in the battle. And suddenly black portal smoke appears, and a very large Skibidi mutant appears as we see in the frame leaks. We can see that he is not actually tied with chains, but rather it is his weapon, and he looks quite strong with all that. Everyone feels scared for a moment, but as in the scene that this mutant seems to be very sensitive to the sound that is in around him, and it makes everyone move slowly. And if we zoom in on the face of this mutant toilet, he looks like he has a rotten mouth and is filled with black blood on his teeth, and suddenly we see Camera Woman actually taking out her weapon. But the normal cameraman jumps in front of us and stops us suddenly and signals with both hands so that we don't make any sound. This clearly shows that this mutant toilet is very sensitive to sound. And when Camera Woman looks to the left, we see that one cameraman is trying to cover the toilet Skibidi's mouth so he doesn't make a sound. And when Camera Woman looks to the right, we see there are several cameramen and one speaker. But suddenly, the speaker trips over a can, drinks, and makes a sound that is heard by the mutant toilet. Finally, the mutant toilet destroys it with his weapon. Then the cameraman agents tried to attack the mutant toilet, but because of the mutant toilet's strength, it became very difficult to defeat. And the mutant toilet flew, using its 2 jetpacks, and started destroying anyone in that place. And a cameraman invited the Camera Woman to hide in the building, and the cameraman climbed the wall, but not the Camera Woman. Because he had a jetpack, he just jumped, but because they made a sound when they stepped, suddenly the cameraman was hit by a mutant toilet gun. The wall broke. We here see the mutant toilet facing Camera Woman as she says, "Where are you going? You can no longer run from me." But suddenly the toilet's head is lasered, and our hero comes, namely the upgraded Titan Speakerman. He is now wearing armor and having 2 guns in his hands. He then shouted using his speaker, and the mutant toilet retreated backwards. And here we see that the mutant toilet uses excavator wheels as a tool to walk. Then the mutant toilet tries to hit it, but the Titan Speakerman can now move quickly because it has been upgraded. And the main battle in this episode begins, and it is clear that the Titan Speakerman will win. And he starts attacking the mutant toilet with his guns and lasers. We see the Titan Speakerman like in brutal mode. He cut the toilet mutant's chain and took it for a weapon, and he hit the toilet mutant until his helmet shattered. And we see here that the Titan Speakerman was able to throw his claws after being upgraded, and he pierced both eyes of the mutant toilet and pulled it, and he dropped the mutant toilet to the ground and finished him off with a sound wave. And we see how good the Speakerman Titan is at fighting. So what about the Cameraman Titan? EliteClockmen? Surely they are much stronger after upgrading. Anyway, then Camerawoman gave a thumbs up to Titan Speakerman, and Titan returned the favor. And Camerawoman sees that TV Woman is calling her, and Camerawoman flies towards TV Woman using a jetpack. And we see how funny the men are trying to break down the door with their brutal mode. And TV Woman invites Camerawoman to teleport. We see it looks like TV Woman very happy about this, marked by a smile that appears on his TV screen. And he enters a laboratory filled with red lights. And this looks like a horror movie. And we hear the sound of a clock chime ringing. Maybe it is the sound of EliteClockmen, but the existence, now it's still unknown. Then the women started to walk slowly, and we saw that it said, "No entry." And under it, there were some codes which I didn't know the meaning of. And when the TV Woman opened the door, we saw two very scary. They were playing with dolls, and they smiled without making a sound like toilet Skibidi in general. And I thought that the woman's face was similar to a YouTuber named Databejo, and I didn't know whether the two women were also Skibidi or not. Suddenly they realized the arrival of TV Woman and Camera Woman, and they were ready to attack. But TV Woman immediately closed the door so that unexpected things would not happen. And the TV Woman was shocked and looked like she was scared. And the TV Woman tried to move rooms, and she opened the door. It turned out there was another mutant who was sucking the blood of her dead friend. And that was very disgusting. And she realized the arrival of Camera Woman and TV Woman, and he immediately climbed up like a spider and attacked Camera Woman. We can see here his face is like a Momo ghost, and you all must have known. And TV Woman started to burn him with the light of her TV. And Camera Woman also fired her gun, but the mutant caught the bullet. But he started laughing, and it was very scary. But suddenly he was killed by the EliteClockman using his spear. And the EliteClockman was like saying, "Don't be afraid, it will be fine." And in this episode, I think the YouTubers gathered, such as EliteClockman, ESO Toilet, Moby, TV Woman, and Camera Woman. We see that suddenly TV Woman takes a very forbidden secret book, and she reads it, because the person who read the book was killed in episode 13. And we see that maybe ESO Toilet wanted to kill her, but it was stopped by the EliteClockman. And we see TV Woman read and copy all the information in the book and send it somewhere, and the episode ends. Then a question arises in all of our minds. Why don't these people kill TV Woman? I have a little theory about the book that the TV Woman read. Maybe the book was read and copied all the information to find out the location plan for the Skibidi to be destroyed, so that there would be no more Skibidi in this universe. And it's just a theory. It may be true. It may be false. But we hope that in the next episode, we can see the Titan Cameraman and EliteClockmen who have been upgraded, and of course they will be much stronger than in the previous episode. And we hope that Dom Studio brings us the Titan TV Man, that he didn't have time to appear in episode 12. So don't forget to press the subscribe button below, and like this video. See you next time. Elite Drillwoman is always with you. Bye!